Hi, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Nao Nails. In this video, I'm going to compare 3 different tips. So we've got a competition nail, and we've got an almond nail, and we've also got a salon nail. I'm going to show you the correct application for a short well salon nail that's clear.
So I've got 3 different types of tips here. So I'm just going to talk through different reasons for these tips. So we have here the almond oval overlap in a natural colour. So you can see that this tip has a full well here. And it's got a nice natural C curve here, and it's an almond shape. So I'm just going to show you how this looks when you start to fit it onto the nail. This is probably one of the easiest tips to fit. So you'll butt it straight up to the free edge of the natural nail, and it will overlap onto the nail. So you can see it's got quite a big contact area. Now, these are really easy to use, great for beginners. They fit really nice to the nail. They're very similar to a natural nail shape. If you had somebody with flatter nails, you'd probably use a slightly different tip. But you can see how that fits perfectly to that nail. This smile line here is pretty much exactly the same as the smile line in the tip. Then I'll show you another tip. You've got the short well salon nail, and this is in a clear. Comes in natural as well. So if you look at the barrel view of it, it's still got a nice C curve on it. It's got a shorter well. Now, if you compare the sides to this nail, you can see that this is a lot straighter. However, this one curves down. Now, these are good for if you are going to do an almond nail, because this portion of the nail here would be cut off and gone round. Now, if you're doing a straight square nail, I wouldn't use these ones. I would use a different tip. I'll just show you how this fits onto the nail. So you can see the well there. That would have glue in, and it would just anchor straight on the end. It's quite a good fit, but it's not quite as rounded as the previous tip. I'll show you a different one. This is a competition edge nail tip in natural. This has no contact area. So you can see here there is no well. So when that goes onto the nail, you can put it as far up or as far down as you want to. But ideally with a competition tip, you just want to put it on about 1 mil or 2 mil onto the nail. These nails are perfect for doing anything with a straight side wall. If you look at the side of this tip, it's perfectly straight. It has a nice C curve as well. It's thin enough to pinch. So you see this nail, it has a beautiful, natural, high smile line, which is perfect for this tip, because we can pop that on there and it'll fit lovely. It'll come straight out the side walls and it'll fit nice.
This next tip I've got, which is a clear tip, I'm going to show you how to fit that. I just want to make sure I've got a nice contact with the tip, so I'm just going to take off and flatten that a little bit, because I still had a tiny bit of nail that I could file there, so that fits a little better. You can see that it's flat and it fits flat and flush to the tip. Now we're going to put the brush on glue just in the well. You don't need a lot, just literally just brushing along the edge of that well. And I'm going to disperse that over the nail. Hold it for a few seconds. And that's done. So basically I'll show you with this tool. I put the tip and I press down. I didn't anchor up, I didn't anchor down. I didn't have to roll it on. Whereas with other tips, sometimes you need to roll it on. I just literally went straight. Now I'm going to show you how you can use this tip to make an almond nail. So you can see how this is dropping down. Well, we're going to cut the length of this first of all. I'm cutting about 1 centimetre off the end. Don't forget you need the blade of your tip cutters facing you, so you can see exactly what you're cutting off. I always tend to put my fingers either side of the finger, so I've got something to push against, so I know that I'm not going to go too far down, because if I just do it like this, it's quite hard. I need something to rest against, so I rest against my fingers either side of the finger. I'm going to take off the corners. I'm going to slightly bounce this nail between my fingers just to contour it a little bit more and to give it a deeper C-curve. And then we're going to now bring this side straight. See, we've took a lot of the dip off by taking the corners off. I'm pulling the skin away with my thumb, holding it away. Making that nice and straight. Going to match the other side. And then we're going to do the free edge. Just dusting that off. So you can see we have a straight side wall now, and we have a curve to the end, which is giving you the almond shape. I've got a lint-free pad, just going to rub over the contact area a little bit, just to soften and slightly melt that tip, and then I can start to file over that well. And you want to make sure that you're just touching the well, really. You don't want to be filing that natural nail. Now, this application is very important to get this platform perfect. If it's not perfect, it's going to show in your product application. Just going to soften the tip slightly. So that's made a really nice, narrow almond shape. I'm just going to clean it up with acetone, and then you're ready to dehydrate and prime the nail.